What if every moment of your life, every memory, every bond, every heartbreak was part of something pre-rendered, not just for you, but for every conscious being inside it? Not by accident, not by malfunction, but intelligently engineered. An entire experience, a shared world, complete with laws, choices, and consequences. And right now, you're not just thinking about it, you're inside it, living it, without ever remembering how you got here. This probably isn't the first time you have heard it, that we might be living in a simulation, a world within a world. Something eerily similar can be found buried deep in the oral traditions of Hinduism, not as a theory but as an experience. It begins with a question, asked by Narada, the celestial sage. Narada had all the knowledge in the universe, from the scriptures to the sciences to the song of God. But there was one thing he still didn't understand, so he decided to ask Vishnu. O Lord of the universe, what is Māyā? Where does she dwell? What is her nature, her strength, her form? I want to see her. Narada, in time you shall understand. But first, come with me, said Vishnu. He led Narada to a nearby lake and asked him to bathe. Without hesitation, Narada stepped in. The moment he surfaced, his consciousness shifted. He was transformed into a young, stunningly beautiful woman, radiant with divine charm. Her skin glowed like moonlight, her eyes were wide and innocent, and her voice flowed like gentle rivers. He forgot everything about who he was and became that woman. Such is the law of the simulation. The player remembers, but the character does not. Once inside, the system loads a new identity, one that believes this world is all there's ever been. For her, there was no Narada, no question, no lake, just a life, real, emotional, and inescapable, because that's what it was designed to feel like. As she stood in the water, disoriented and alone, a king passing nearby saw her and was instantly captivated. Enchanted by her beauty and grace, he asked her to be his queen, promising a life filled with comfort, luxury, and endless pleasure. She agreed. Their marriage was grand and lavish, and just like that, her storyline began. In his new female body, Narada, now the queen, experienced every earthly pleasure. The king was obsessed with her, forsaking royal duties to remain in her company. She bore him 20 sons, watched them grow, marry, and filled the palace with laughter. Over time, she lived through every nuance of human life: love, family, fatigue, joy, conflict, illness, and deep attachment. In an engineered system, the longer you remain, the more you become embedded in the script. You don't just act the role, the system overwrites your memory. You start believing the character is real because your emotions are hard-coded into the experience. Years later, a great war broke out between her husband's kingdom and a rival king. All 20 sons and their heirs were sent to battle. The battlefield was silent. Broken chariots, fallen flags, blood-soaked armor. Her sons lay still in the dust. Their lifetimes ended in moments. The queen rushed to the battlefield and saw their lifeless bodies, broken and bloodied. She was shattered. As she wept uncontrollably on the battlefield, "What have I done to deserve this?" she cried out. An old shaman appeared. It was Vishnu in disguise. He gently approached her and said, "O gentle one, what are you grieving for? Can you not see? This world is illusion. Your sons, husband, kingdom, all of you are travelers in your boats. When your boats move side by side, you journey together for a while. But when the currents change, the boats drift apart, and just like that, you go your separate ways. Come with me, I will take you to a sacred lake. Bathe there, and then you will understand." She followed him, still weeping. She dipped into the water. When she rose up, the woman was gone. She emerged as Narada in his original male form. The illusion had dissolved. Vishnu now stood before him in his true form, smiling gently. Narada fell silent. In what had felt like an entire lifetime, he had experienced the full force of human emotions: love, pride, ego, sorrow, and devastation. And yet, only moments had passed since he had first asked Vishnu about Māyā. Like a program that runs billions of operations in seconds, unnoticeable from the outside, but an entire sequence unfolds within. Vishnu stood calmly on the bank of the lake, exactly where he had been before. Untouched, as if nothing had changed. Looking at him, Vishnu smiled and said, "Why are you just standing there?" An engineered reality, where the one outside chooses to log in, to inhabit a character inside. The player remembers, but the character knows nothing of the world beyond, where time flows differently, where the laws, the physics, and the limits apply only to those inside the system, like NPCs bound to their game engine, where the experience is so immersive that you only realize the moment you log out. Māyā isn't just illusion, it's the system itself. A reality so convincingly rendered, so perfectly coded, that the player forgets they're playing. The roles feel permanent. The boundaries feel real, but they're not. They're part of the architecture, designed for experience, not for truth. And if Narada could forget who he truly was, how sure are you that you haven't? Thanks for watching and see you next time.